special presentation live on NBC.
Welcome to the 1992 Miss America pageant. From every state in the nation, from the sunny Pacific to our eastern shores, thousands of young women begin the long road to Atlantic City, where 50 finalists light up the boardwalk and compete for the world's most coveted crown. Hopes are soaring as the eyes of the nation look to Atlantic City. Tonight, 50 of the finest women in America who have come so far reach the end of the road and face their moment of truth. Our hosts, Regis Philbin and Kathy Lee Gifford. The Miss America pageant is brought to you by New Loving Care from Clairol, now with a richer formula and new conditioners. And by Pond's Cleanser and Toner in One. Pond's, it brings out your natural radiance. And by Maybelline. Maybe she's born with it, maybe it's Maybelline. And by the Heartbeat of America, Chevrolet and your local Chevrolet dealer. Live from Convention Center in Atlantic City, the 1992 Miss America pageant. Here are the 50 Miss America contestants heading straight to the top. John Pippin and the Miss America Orchestra. The Scott Salmon Miss America Dancers.
Judging the Miss America pageant doesn't begin tonight. The contestants have been through 3 days of very tough preliminary competitions, and it's been every bit as tough for our preliminary judges. They're the people whose job it is to pick the top 10 from our 50 state winners.
We've got a marvelous blue ribbon panel of men and women who have made those choices, and we'd like you to meet them right now.
Anne-Marie Bivens is the author of the book Miss America in Pursuit of the Crown and an authority on pageants. Tom Faircloth is a veteran judge of state pageants and a former official of the Miss Georgia State Pageant. Dorothy Benham, Miss America 1977, has been both judge and MC here at the pageant and has sung on Broadway and in opera. Susan Eby is a former TV newscaster who has served as producer of the Miss Idaho pageant for 7 years. Joan Sittenfield is a senior vice president at Universal Television. She supervised casting for such shows as Coach and Northern Exposure. Clarence Waldron is associate editor of Jet Magazine and winner of the Golden Quill Award for feature writing. Denison Keller is an experienced judge on the state level and has also produced 2 state pageants. Thanks.
All right, we're delighted to be back, ladies and gentlemen, hosting the pageant for the 2nd year in a row.
And the more time we spend with these young women, the more we realize just how sensational they are.
And what an eclectic and interesting group they are, too.
That's for sure. Reach, do you realize that tonight there's a woman here who could actually arrest you if you get out of hand?
Oh, yeah? Do you realize there are 2 law students here who know how to sue you if your mouth gets out of hand?
Well, there's a fiddler here. There is a fiddler here who can fiddle your brains out, which, now that I think about it, shouldn't take too long.
There are 2 cloggers here who can unclog every pore in your face.
And amazingly, there is here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever in pageant history, a woman who can deliver a baby while playing Lady of Spain on the marimba.
Now that's talent.
That's talent.
But did you know that there are 16 communications majors who want your job more than anything else in the world?
My job?
Yes.
There's even a sports broadcaster here who wants Frank Gifford's
She
job.
should have it.
They're an amazing group of women.
Seriously, they are 50 outstanding women, 1 from every state of the Union. And if you think you know how to pick a winner, watch carefully as they introduce themselves. See if you can choose which one should be Miss America 1993.
Kim Wimmer, Miss Alabama, a senior musical theater major at Birmingham Southern College.
Carrie Baumgartner, Miss Alaska, an education major at the University of Alaska in Anchorage. Robin Rayborn, Miss Arizona, a Master of Music graduate in vocal performance pedagogy from Arizona State University. Shannon Boyd, Miss Arkansas, a first-year law student at the University of Arkansas at Little Rock. Patricia Northrup, Miss California, a graduating senior at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, majoring in aeronautical engineering. Stacy Rose, Miss Colorado, a graduate of the University of Denver, music and business.
Valeria Bate, Miss Connecticut, a recent graduate from the University of Connecticut, where I obtained my degree in vocal performance.
Kathleen Slavin, Miss Delaware, a graduate student pursuing a master's degree in counseling at Wilmington College. Leanza Cornett, Miss Florida, a sophomore majoring in organizational communication at Rollins College. Stephanie Michelle, Miss Georgia, a marketing graduate from New York University. Pam Kimura, Miss Hawaii, a communication graduate from the University of Hawaii. Stephanie Ann Smith, Miss Idaho, a marketing graduate from Boise State University, pursuing my master's degree in business administration. Miss Illinois, Kathleen Farrell, pursuing a master's degree in piano performance from the School of Music at Northwestern University. Shelley Younger, Miss Indiana, a graduate student at Northwestern University. Catherine Lunkow, Miss Iowa, a graduate at the University of Iowa with a Bachelor of Arts in Communication. Pam McKelvey, Miss Kansas, a mass communications graduate of Grambling State University. Tanya Mullins, Miss Kentucky, pursuing a master's degree in sports medicine at the University of Kentucky. Elizabeth Haynes, Miss Louisiana, pursuing postgraduate studies in music at Louisiana State University. Christina J. Lasso, Miss Maine, a senior communication major from the University of Southern Maine. Tammy Wyatt, Miss Maryland, seeking postgraduate work at the University of Maryland. Lisa Gail DeRoche, Miss Massachusetts, a graduate of Wheaton College with a degree in biology and anthropology. Terry Sue Lyford, Miss Michigan, a graduate of Eastern Michigan University, pursuing a master's degree in secondary education and counseling. Joe Bender, Miss Minnesota, a graduate student at Winona State University, majoring in business. Candace Williams, Miss Mississippi, a graduate assistant vocal professor at Mississippi State University. Stephanie Patterson, Miss Missouri, a law student at the University of Missouri-Columbia. Joanne Jorgensen, Miss Montana, junior at Montana State University, majoring in psychology and elementary education.
Education student at Eastern New Mexico University.
Ingrid Olson, Miss New York, a vocal music education and performance graduate of Ithaca College.
Heidi Williams, Miss North Carolina, a graduate of Meredith College with a major in music education.
Stephanie Fisher, Miss North Dakota, a graduate of Concordia College with majors in speech communications, psychology, and theater arts.
Robin Mead, Miss Ohio, a radio television major at Ashland University.
Jeremy Carter, Miss Oklahoma, a senior mass communications major at Oklahoma City University.
Sarah Christie Paulson, Miss Oregon. I will obtain a master's in communications from Regent University.
Judy Pitch, Miss Pennsylvania, a communications graduate at Wilkes University.
Lisa Gray Stone, Miss Rhode Island, currently a second-year doctoral student in school psychology at the University of Rhode Island.
Mary Lee Davis, Miss South Carolina, a graduate of Converse College and the Medical University of South Carolina. Leslie Ray Saunders, Miss South Dakota. I am a senior attending Augustana College pursuing my degree in communications.
Leah Hewlin, Miss Tennessee, pursuing my master's degree at Vanderbilt in Central and South American Affairs.
Amy Parker, Miss Texas, a speech communications major at the University of North Texas.
Jennifer Ward, Miss Utah, a political science pre-law major at the University of Utah in Salt Lake City.
Nicole Gentry, Miss Vermont, a graduate of the University of Vermont with a degree in political science and music history.
Laura Flatt of Miss Virginia, a chemistry and music double major, currently in graduate school at Duke University.
Pauline Ann Kearney, Miss Washington, a third-year law student at the University of Washington, where I'm concurrently working toward my MBA.
Kimberly Parrish, Miss West Virginia, a theater student at West Virginia University.
Stephanie Ann Klett, Miss Wisconsin, a graduate student in theater arts at Morehouse College.
Stacy Dawn Sinadisi, Miss Wyoming, sports broadcasting major at Laramie County Community College.
Told you they were sensational. Coming up next, the top 10 in this year's Miss America pageant. But first, we'd like you to see what's new for 1993 from the Heartbeat of America.
Former news anchor of the Today Show, now host of the midday talk show that bears her name, NBC newswoman Faith Daniels. The Law has become his TV specialty. He was a favorite on the series L.A. Law, and now he plays New York City Police Captain Donald Cragen in the hit NBC series Law and Order, Dan Florek. She's a talk show hostess and producer, national spokesperson and Miss America judge on the state and national level. Miss America 1964, Donna Axum. He was Officer Jed Turner on the popular television series Chips, and now Lieutenant Worf aboard the Starship Enterprise in the syndicated series Star Trek: The Next Generation, Michael Dorn. The Tony Award-winning choreographer of the Broadway hit Crazy for You. She also won the Outer Critics Circle Award for The World Goes Round, Susan Stroman. America's leading male figure skater and captain of the U.S. team at the 1992 Winter Olympics, where he achieved one of Albertville's major surprises by winning a silver medal, Paul Wiley. She is known to millions as Shirley Feeney in the acclaimed TV series Laverne and Shirley. She co-produced the feature film Father of the Bride, now returns to TV in the new series Getting By, Cindy Williams.
Okay, ready, get set, go. We're about to announce this year's 10 finalists. One of them will be our new Miss America. How do our judges choose? Well, there's a carefully worked out set of rules, of course.
Right. In the preliminaries, the contestants are judged on talent, swimsuits, evening gowns, and a 10-minute interview. The women with the top 15 scores are chosen. The preliminary judges then award each of them a composite score based on who they think, on an overall basis, would make the best Miss America. The 10 with the highest composite scores become tonight's finalists, and you'll see them in 3 competitions.
Tonight's talent competition counts 30%. Physical fitness in a swimsuit, 15%. And evening gown, another 15%. That adds up to 60%. The remaining 40% is made up of the composite score that each of the 10 has carried over from the preliminary.
In order to ensure fairness in each of tonight's 3 competitions, we'll discard both the top and the bottom score, same way they do in the Olympics.
And we want you to know how the judges work so that as they do their scoring, I'll get this right in a second, you can do your scoring right at home and make your own choice for Miss America. Let me just add that once again this year, the scores are being tabulated by the one and only Price Waterhouse, those wacky guys, the worldwide organization of accountants and consultants.
All right, we're about to announce the top 10. Now, I get to do that, which is great because I love suspense.
Suspense is one thing, reach torture is another. Please, let's get on with it.
Okay, here we go. I've just got to say this. When you meet the top 10, please keep in mind where the long road to Atlantic City begins. And what a tough road it is, too. It starts at local pageants all over the nation. Each year, many thousands of women take part. And on the local, state, and national levels, the pageant awards more than $10 million in scholarships each year.
Which makes it the largest scholarship program in the United States. From the thousands of contestants come the 50 women who represent their states here at the pageant. Now, they're already scholarship winners, and now 10 of them take a giant step forward. So start holding your breath, ladies. I guarantee you the contestants are holding theirs, and please do it now.
All right, here we go. Here now are the top 10, not in alphabetical order. And as we announce them, they will go right into the evening gown competition. The top 10. Number 1, Shelley Yoder, Miss Indiana. Number 2, Robin Meade, Miss Ohio. Number 3, Lisa Gale DeRoche, Miss Massachusetts. Number 4, Pam McElvey, Miss Kansas. Number 5, Carrie Lee Davis, Miss South Carolina. Number 6, Leanza Cornett, Miss Florida. Number 7, Stephanie Patterson, Miss Missouri. Number 8, Tonya Mullins, Miss Kentucky. Number 9, Dushermi Carter, Miss Oklahoma. And our final finalist, Catherine Ann Lemkow, Miss Iowa.
Before this evening is over, we'll crown Miss America 1993. And she'll begin a year that will be, as Shakespeare said, Reach, you might remember this, such stuff as dreams are made on. But the dreams don't end when the year ends. Every Miss America agrees. Winning the crown changes your life forever. Throughout the evening, prior winners will be telling us what the title and the scholarship that went with it have meant to their lives and careers. Here's the first one now.
Hello, I'm Neva Langley Fickling, Miss America 1953. My scholarship enabled me to complete my Bachelor of Music degree at Wesleyan Conservatory. Among my many volunteer activities while raising 4 wonderful children, I chaired the committee to renovate this beautiful 100-year-old theater, the Grand Opera House. Now I'm studying piano again, and I'm performing here this evening with the Macon Symphony Orchestra. My advice to the new Miss America is, never give up your dreams.
Now just ahead, swimsuits.
Competition has changed more dramatically over the years than the one that's coming up. We've learned so much about nutrition and health, exercise and athletics, and that has literally changed the shape of America. You're about to see what we mean. Right now, the cool breezes and the hot music of Hawaii with the incredible Brothers Casimiro, some of Hawaii's finest hula dancers, and Miss America 1992, Carolyn Sapp. And then our second competition, swimsuits.
Oh!
And now to begin the swimsuit competition, Shelley Yoder, Miss Indiana. Robin Meade, Miss Ohio.
Maluna e kamano maui e kai. Tuduluku, 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 tuduluku,
Lisa Gale DeRoche, Miss Massachusetts. Pam McKelvey, Miss Kansas. Carrie Lee Davis, Miss South Carolina. Leonza Cornett, Miss Florida. Stephanie Patterson, Miss Missouri.
Haina mai kapuana e a kalani ka vika heino.
Tanya Mullins, Miss Kentucky.
Haina mai kapuana e a kalani ka vika heino.
To Shermy Carter, Miss Oklahoma.
Kotokahea kamakua. Haina mai ka puana e aha palani ka.
And Catherine Ann Lemkow, Miss Iowa.
Haina hoi ka puana e aha palani ka vikaheino. Haina ho ka puana e aha.
And that concludes the swimsuit competition. Our thanks to those great Hawaiian dancers and the Brothers Casamero, direct from the Royal Hawaiian Hotel.
And I don't wanna go home.
We all know what terrible damage Hurricane Iniki did in Hawaii, and our best wishes and our prayers go out to those folks. But as we've just seen, the Hawaiian spirit remains as strong and as proud as ever.
Ahead, the start of the talent competition. But first, a message about soothing summer-dried skin with Vaseline Intensive Care Lotion with Alloy and Lanolin.
Weeks.
Yeah.
And boy, the excitement has grown as the days have gone by.
And this audience, this great audience, and you're one of the best audiences we've ever had,
They're
really had
fabulous.
them fired up. All right, as I'm sure you know, good looks alone are not nearly enough to win the Miss America crown. And today's contestants must also be well-educated, physically fit, talented, poised,
Yes.
and concerned with our society. And we think the next competition is especially an important test. We call it talent. But it's really more than that. It involves technical skill, interpretive ability, stage presence, personality, and of course, practice, practice, practice.
And that's why it counts 30% of a contestant's score, more than any other competition. We should point out, our contestants are not here as professional performers, but you will see some remarkable talent anyway.
All right, let's get started. Though the English musical Jekyll and Hyde hasn't yet made it across the Atlantic, some of its songs have. And one of the best is This Is the Moment. And here to sing it at this moment is Shelley Yoda, Miss Indiana.
This is the moment, this is the day, this is the moment when I know I'm on my way. Every endeavor I have made ever is coming into play, is here and now today. This is the moment, this is the time, the momentum and
Shelley Yoder, Miss Indiana. More than 50 years ago, Irving Berlin's song Alexander's Ragtime Band popularized a new beat in this country. And here to show us how young an old classic can be is Robin Meade, Miss Ohio.
Come on and hear, come on and hear Alexander's Ragtime Band. Come on and hear, come on and hear, it's the best band of the land. They can play a bugle call like you never heard before. So natural that you want to go to war. That's just the bestest band, whatever my honey land. Come on along, come on along, let me take you by the hand to the man, up to that man who's the leader of the band. Well, if you care to hear that Swanee River played here in ragtime, come on and hear, come on and hear Alexander's Ragtime Band. Well, oh my honey, come on, hurry up and let's meander. Ain't you going to the leader man, the ragged leader man? Come and listen to a classical band where speeches grand and band. Ain't you coming along? Well, they can play a bugle call like you've never heard before. That's just the bestest band, whatever my honey land. Come on along, let me take you by the hand to the man, up to that man who's the leader of the band. And if you get to hear that Swanee River played in ragtime, come on and hear, come on and hear Alexander's Ragtime Band.
Robin Meade, Miss Ohio.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline Mare Townsend, Miss America 1963. When I was 28, I suffered a stroke that left me paralyzed and without speech. I am now a motivational speaker and work for American Heart and National Stroke Associations. I'm also a mother of two. Our son is running for U.S. Congress, and our daughter is in broadcast journalism. I'm in Pittsburgh at Harmerville Rehabilitation Center to offer my support to those who are struggling to recover. And to the contestants tonight, I say, no matter what life brings, never give up.
There's more of our talent competition. First, want to lose weight and feel great? Try America's healthy way to lose weight, Ultra Slim Fast.
Even though Regis is here, we're still having a great time in Atlantic City at the Miss America pageant. Now more of the talent competition. A young schoolgirl in Paris comes upon bits of a chorus girl costume and begins a fantasy. Here to act it out in character dance is Lisa Gale DeRoche, Miss Massachusetts. Lisa Gail DeRoche, Miss Massachusetts. The hit Broadway musical Dreamgirls was about life in show business. Here with one of its big numbers, the torch song, I Am Changing, is Pam McKelvey, Miss Kansas.
Look at me. Look at me. I am changing, and I'm trying every way I can. I am changing, and I'll be better than I am. I'm trying to find a way to understand, but I need you. I need a hand. All of my life I've been a fool. Who said I could do it all alone? How many good friends have I already lost? How many dark nights have I known? Walking down that wrong road, there was nothing I could find. All those years of darkness can make a person blind. But now I can see I am changing, and I'm seeing everything so clear. But I need a friend to help me start all over again, and life will be so fine. 'Cause this time I and I'll get my life together now. Well, I am changing, and yes, I know how. I'm gonna start again, and I will leave my past behind. 'Cause nothing's gonna stop me
Pam McKelvey, Miss Kansas.
More of our talent competition as we get closer to picking the new Miss America. And now, show someone you love new loving care from Clairol, which counts 30% of the contestants' score. Now, as you watch them, you might keep in mind what our judges are looking for. Technical skill, plus interpretation and personality, and total presentation. And that might help you in making your choices. Now, here's our next competitor. The marimba is one of the world's oldest instruments. And here to play the solo piece Chartus on it is Carrie Lee Davis, Miss South Carolina. here's another song from the award-winning musical, London-based, Jekyll and Hyde, the moving ballad, A New Life, sung by Leanza Cornett, Miss Florida.
A new life, what I wouldn't give to have a new life. One thing I have learned as I go through life, nothing is for free along the way. A new hope, something to convince me to renew hope. A new day, bright enough to help me find my way. A new chance, one that maybe has the touch of romance. Where can it be? The chance for me, a new dream. I have one, I know, that very few dream. I would like to see that overdue dream, even though it never may come true. More and more I'm sure I go through life just to play the game and to pursue life, just to share its pleasures and belong. That's what I've been here for all along. Each day's a brand new life.
Leanza Cornett, Miss Florida.
Hello, I'm Terry Musen Friedrich, Miss America 1973. Winning the crown helped prepare me for my career as a performer and a television host. Best of all, as a direct result of having been Miss America, I have the freedom to choose from among many career opportunities. My choice right now is to spend my time with my 4 children. I also work part-time as the co-host of the 700 Club, and I'm involved in other family-oriented television projects. The choice I made is right for me. Career part of the time, family most of the time. For tonight's contestants, remember, today's choices for women are limitless.
There's more of our talent competition coming up, and soon, the new Miss America, right after this. We're here having a great time in Atlantic City choosing Miss America 1993, and it's happening live right before your eyes. Continuing our talent competition, of all the great songs written by Rodgers and Hammerstein, none are more beautiful than If I Loved You and I Have Dreamed. Here to sing them is Stephanie Patterson, Miss Missouri.
I've dreamed what a joy you'll be. I have dreamed every word you whisper.
Now's the time to clap your hands and tap your toes to the country tune Banjo Fantasy. And to help you keep the beat with her clogging routine is Miss Kentucky, who's going to be out here in just a moment. But you see, Reach, there are so many things that I need to explain to you in life, and this is one of them. It gives clogging. You can't just clog anywhere.
Really?
No. You need a floor.
Uh-huh.
And that's what our prop guys are doing right now.
They're all done.
They're putting down a floor.
The floor is here.
The floor is here, and you know what, Reach?
Yes.
So is Miss Kentucky.
That's right.
Tanya Mullins.
The conclusion of our talent competition right after this. To Shermy Carter, Miss Oklahoma.
Don't even go to a movie show if you are not at my side. I just stay home by my radio. Satisfied. All my flirting days are gone. On the level from now on, keeping out of mischief now. Really, I'm in love and I'm through playing with fire. It's you, my desire. All the world can plainly see you're the only one for me. I have told them in advance they can't break up our romance. Living up to every vow, I'm keeping out mischief now. Don't go for any excitement, no. Books are my best company. All my opinions have changed somehow. I'm old-fashioned as can be. When you really learn to care, There's a thrill in solitaire. Oh, I'm keeping out of mischief now. Really, I'm in the land. I have told them the dead. They can't break up our romance. And I'm living up to every vow. Keeping out of mischief now. I'm keeping out of mischief.
To Jeremy Carter, Miss Oklahoma. The love song, Someone Like You, is a favorite all over the world. And here to sing it is someone exactly like Catherine Ann Lemkow, Miss Iowa.
Nothing is the same. My heart's taken wing, and I feel so alive. Someone like you loves me. Watched life go by, dreamed of tomorrow, but stayed inside. The past was holding me, keeping life at bay. I wandered lost in yesterday, wanting to fly, but scared to try. Then someone like you found someone like me, and suddenly nothing is the same. My heart's taking wing, and I feel so alive. 'Cause someone like you found me. Oh, someone like you found someone like me. You touched my heart. Nothing is the same. My heart's taken wing, and I feel so alive. Someone like you loves
Catherine Ann Lemkow, Miss Iowa. And that concludes the talent competition. Before we narrow the contestants down to 5 and then pick the new Miss America, let's pause for a moment to pay tribute to a fine man and a wonderful performer. In February, we lost Bert Parks. For 25 years, he was our host here and brought us uncounted moments of delight.
Miss America's sister, how the folks down south. Everybody can be a winner. That's the secret of happiness. 76 trombones led the big parade. When the 110th Cornets blew the band.
Leroy Brown, the baddest man in the whole darn town. Ho! Miss America, you're beautiful.
You, the people and the television audience, I thank you. You're the reason why I'm here.
Bert Parks, here at the pageant, we'll always remember him. Now just ahead, a tribute to fashion's old reliable, the little black dress. But first, are some women born with flawless...
And now the 50 Miss America contestants looking great in basic black.
Next, from the top 10, we pick the final 5 in this year's Miss America pageant. But first, for thoroughly clean skin that brings out your natural radiance, Pond's Foaming Cleanser and Toner in 1.
And as the judges make up theirs. Shelley Yoder, Miss Indiana. Robin Meade, Miss Ohio. Lisa Gail DeRoche, Miss Massachusetts. Pam McKelvey, Miss Kansas. Carrie Lee Davis, Miss South Carolina. Leonza Cornett, Miss Florida. Stephanie Patterson, Miss Missouri. Tanya Mullins, Miss Kentucky. Ducherme Carter, Miss Oklahoma. And Catherine Ann Lemkow, Miss Iowa.
All right, from those 10 special women, the judges now have to name 5. 5 who will climb another rung up that ladder toward that famous crown. And here they are, the final 5 in this year's Miss America pageant, again, not in alphabetical order. Number 1, Shelley Yoder, Miss Indiana.
My life may be organized, but my bedroom is a mess all the time. And I hope that's not a reflection on how we do in top 5.
Number 2, Pam McKelvey, Miss Kansas.
Yes, I came here expecting to make top 5. I hope that doesn't sound arrogant, but I came here to do something, and I hope I can do it.
Number 3, Leonza Cornett, Miss Florida.
I prayed and I hoped, and I had a lot of family praying too. And here I am, look at me now. And I'm excited.
Number 4, Ducherme Carter, Miss Oklahoma.
The personal private me is really very shy, and you wouldn't expect to see me on a stage at Miss America. But I do think that I have 2 sides, and I enjoy being able to go inside myself.
Number 5, Catherine Ann Lemkow, Miss Iowa.
I like to eat chocolate chip pancakes, and I like to sit around in my sweats with no makeup on and uncurled hair, and I love to read books. It's very much a normal person for me.
Now to get to know these 5 women better, it's time for some talk. For this segment, each contestant can earn up to 20 bonus points. And these points could be the deciding factor in the choice of Miss America. Reach, can I trust you with those 5 gorgeous women?
Absolutely. We're going to start with a little informal chat and get to know you all a little bit better. Congratulations. I know you must be terribly excited. We'd like to know when it occurred to you that you wanted to be Miss America. Was it last year? Was it when you were a little girl watching this on television? When was it? Shelley?
I have to say, when I was younger, I started playing Miss America with my girlfriends and also my 2 sisters. And we would walk up and down the stairs, and we would pick the Miss America by the one who stuck her foot out in front of the other one. Like that was a big secret. And so it was very young.
Did you ever think you'd be here?
Never. And when they called my name, I was like, this is no longer rehearsal.
When did you make up your mind, Pam?
I guess I've been on the road to Miss America now for about 3 years, but seriously, in the last year, I knew that I wanted to become Miss America and what it entitled.
So you prepared for yourself?
Yes.
Got right to it?
Yes, definitely.
Worked on that number?
Can't you tell?
Yeah, I sure did. You sounded great. What about you, Leonza?
Like Pam, I've been in the pageantry, that pageant slang, for about 3 years. And just this past year, I've gotten really, really serious about it. And it's become something that's a passion instead of just something to work for. It's something I really want.
Miss Oklahoma?
I didn't originally start out in pageants. I started out as a gymnast on the U.S. gymnastics team, and because of an injury, lost a scholarship. So I decided to be in the Miss America pageant so that I could get more scholarship money. And it was in the last 2 years that I decided that I really wanted to go for Miss America.
Mm-hmm. And what about you, Miss Iowa, Catherine?
Well, I was recruited right out of high school, and I think that it was a glamour thing at first. But I became very serious after this past year because I think the pageant is starting to be very meaningful with the platform issues. And since I've worked with abused children, it started to become a sense of fulfillment to make a difference.
And where did it begin for you? What level? At the local level?
At the local level, right out of high school, someone recruited me to be in the Miss Muscatine pageant. And I didn't win anything, but I won the bowling scholarship. So it took a while to win, but that just makes the goal that much better to achieve.
Sure. You remember your first event?
Yes, it was right after high school as well, and I did it on a dare from another student in the high school. And I did the Miss Del City pageant, and she said, "You won't win," and I didn't. I was first runner-up, but she was still shocked, so I guess I paid her back for that.
You didn't give up, did you? What about
I
you?
hope she's watching.
I started at the Miss Terry Parker pageant. That was my high school pageant, and I guess that was my first experience. And I guess it just put the bug in me, and then after I graduated from high school, or while I was graduating from high school, while I was a senior, I entered my first local in the Miss America system. And so I was pretty young. I was 17 when I entered, 18 by the time I got to Miss Florida. And ever since then, it's just been a goal, and one that I want to achieve, one that I feel that I need to achieve.
So every year you started all over again?
Every single year.
Mm-hmm. Now you're here. Congratulations. What about you, Pam?
Well, my first local was actually in Louisiana, where I went to school at Grambling State University. The Louisiana people love that. But my first pageant was Queen Holiday in Dixie, and I was Miss Congeniality. I know, and then I did about, 8 more locals in Louisiana, and then I decided to compete in my home state, in Kansas, and I won Miss Greater Kansas City. Took a year off and grew up and matured some. And then I came back. I liked Miss Greater Kansas City so much that I decided to do it again.
Good, great. Shelley?
I actually I was the entertainment for one of the local pageants, and the judge came up to me afterwards and she said, "Have you ever thought about doing this?" And coming from a Mennonite community, I said, "Actually not. I haven't thought about it at all." So she talked to me a little bit, and I decided to get involved, and I was 17, and I went through my first pageant, and actually that judge is my traveling companion to Miss America.
Is that right? Well, that's terrific. Now, all your families are here. They're all sitting out there.
Absolutely.
Your parents, do you think your parents are just about hysterical right now?
Yes,
No
my
doubt.
parents, My parents' 28th wedding anniversary is today.
Oh, is that right? Well, what a nice present for them.
I talked to my father this morning, and he said he couldn't sleep all night.
Oh, is that right?
He came from Belgium. He lives in Europe.
Uh-huh.
So he came all this way, and he's more nervous than I am, I think.
My mom sleeps all the way through pageants, so I hope someone will wake her up and let her know I'm in top 5.
I think parents get more nervous than a lot of us.
Oh,
I know
sure.
mine do.
Yeah, mine do too.
All right, well, now let's get serious. We all know that whichever one of you is chosen Miss America, you'll serve as a role model to young people all over this nation. And each of you has chosen a platform, something that's very important to you and in which you have a deep and genuine interest, an issue in which you want to become involved during the next year to set an example for others. And now we'd like each one of you to explain your platform. And then I'll ask you a question about it. And let me add, too, that you do not know in advance specifically what that question will be. So let's start with you, Miss Indiana, and let's ask you about your platform.
My platform is the education and prevention of eating disorders through a program that I implemented, Rebound Bound.
Well, now, you've stated in your platform that last year 150,000 young women died from eating disorders. How do we solve that problem?
I think it's important that we start with the children and teach the children that there is no connection between food and being worthy of love. And that if we teach children that they are worth the love and all the support from their parents, then they're going to have the inner confidence that no longer will eating disorders be a problem and the word will become obsolete.
Did you have an eating disorder, and how did you overcome it?
I did have an eating disorder when I was 17, and I guess it would be the opposite of what actually people think. it's not really being overwhelmed by one's outer appearance. It's actually not having the confidence or being afraid of growing up. And that's kind of what I went through when I was going through my eating disorder. But I went through family therapy, and my family went with me because it was so important that they experienced what I went through as far as getting better to change some communication problems. And so that's also speared my career choice, family communications.
Very good. Well, good luck to you. Pam, what about your platform?
My platform is intergenerational programs, and those are programs where teenagers and senior citizens have a chance to interact in any kind of activity.
Well, the suicide rate, they say, among teenagers and senior citizens is really alarming, and not too many people are aware of it. What can we do to help those two groups?
I think what intergenerational programs do actually is bridge the generation gap. We find that senior citizens have a lot of resources through their experience because they've actually lived longer than us. If you go into retirement settings like I do, you find that they have experience in teaching. We find retired math teachers who can tell kids about how it was growing up when they learned math on rulers, those old rulers that I really didn't know anything much about. You may know something about it.
Well, thank you. Miss Congeniality strikes again.
And then now teenagers learn math on computers and with equations, and they can share experiences. And what this does is it preserves life, because if you feel like that you have a sense of worthiness about you, you will feel more compelled to live when you wake up in the morning.
It's just how to get those two groups interacting
right,
together.
And to target these two groups to give senior citizens a chance to do something resourceful and teenagers hope in the future. I mean, it's an excellent way to do it.
That's great. Leanta, your platform.
My platform is AIDS awareness, education, and assistance, but not any kind of assistance, compassionate assistance.
Well, we all know the AIDS epidemic is alarming. It's a plague, and until there is a cure, what do we do about combating this disease?
Well, I was so happy tonight to see everyone wearing their red ribbons. That's one way of combating it, is to become aware of it, and this is one way to symbolize. It represents people who have AIDS, people who are living with AIDS, and those who have also died from it. It is an epidemic. Over 200,000 people are infected with the AIDS virus, and that's amazing. Somewhere, sometime, someone in your family or someone that you know will be infected or affected by AIDS, and there's no avoiding it. And we've got to educate people. We've got to start at an elementary level in school, in public schools, private schools. We've got to take it into churches, make them become aware, because those are the people that are making themselves morally aware. And we all know how we get AIDS. We think we know all that there is to know. We're learning something new every single day, and so we can't stop educating ourselves.
Seems to be a lot of education out now, but frankly not enough, apparently.
That's exactly right. That's why groups like Hope and Help Center of Orlando, which I volunteer with, we go out to different schools and churches and organizations and give lectures. And my goal is to create, I'm very involved in theater. I have been since I was very young. And I would like to create a team of drama students, teenagers, young adults, and go out to different schools and churches and organizations and use drama and theater and bring a little bit of a lightness into it. It's such a heavy, heavy thing to deal with. And I think that by doing it in a light and very hopeful way, we can achieve that.
Thank you. Duchermi, what's your platform?
My platform is increasing awareness and funding for breast cancer research.
Well, now you cite statistics that this year 175,000 cases of breast cancer will be diagnosed in the United States. What do you think a woman's best defense against breast cancer is?
A woman's best and only defense is early detection, because there is no cure for breast cancer. And because there's no cure, we don't know why it happens. We don't know the cause, and we don't know the cure. But what I want to tell all women, young women, older women, is that they need to take breast lumps seriously, because it's very important. And most women don't think, if they're under the age of 30, that they can have breast cancer, but I am living proof that they can. And I'd like to say that again, I am living proof, because I did make it through early detection, and I no longer suffer from breast cancer, and I'm so happy about that. And all women need to take breast lumps seriously.
Well, good for you. You did it. It saved your life.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
It seems to be a meager budget when compared to the other illnesses and diseases we have in this country for breast detection.
Well, public and the private sector, the government and the private sector need to understand that the importance of funding for research, because as long as there is no research, there'll never be a cure. Over 500,000 women have died in the last 10 years from breast cancer. And if another woman dies every 12 minutes, we would be doing something about it. If there were a murderer doing that, we would be out trying to stop it. We need to realize that breast cancer is the silent killer, and we need to stop it.
Thank you. Catherine Ann Lemkow, Miss Iowa, what is your platform?
My platform is raising the awareness of and preventing child abuse.
Well, in that platform, you say that an average of 3 youngsters a day die from child abuse. What will be your solution to this?
Well, prevention is definitely the key, and it's a much more compassionate way to deal with it. I don't think that we should focus so much on treatment after the abuse has occurred. I think we should try to prevent it with early intervention programs. And there are very, very effective prevention programs out there, but there's simply not the funding to implement them all.
Have you become personally involved with children?
Yes, I have. I've worked with
Suffered this?
handicapped children for the past 3 years. Many of them are handicapped because of abuse. I've worked very closely with a little boy that was a shaken baby. The Department of Human Services investigated his home 3 times. He could have been taken out of it. And as I mentioned before, this is a way of treatment which does not work. We need to have the early intervention programs there.
Well, these are wonderful platforms, wonderful causes. I wish you all well. Thank you very much for spending these few minutes with us. I know the suspense must be killing you. Maybe not you, but the rest of us are really uptight about this. All right. Won't be long now, I promise you, and we'll be right back. Just a moment to pick the new Miss America.
Hello, I'm Kylene Barker, Miss America 1979. I'm here at the Shops on Ocean One in Atlantic City, where I won the crown to help make my dreams come true. My travels with Miss America gave me hands-on experience that helped my career in television as a writer, producer, on-air commentator, and spokesperson. And thanks to Miss America, I've had my own fashion boutique in Palm Beach, Florida for the past 13 years. And since I believe in staying physically fit, I'm the author of a book on fitness, fashion, and beauty. Good luck to tonight's contestants. May all your dreams come true.
Coming up, we picked Miss America 1993. First, want to lose weight and feel...
of Miss America State Pageants gives a special $2,500 reward to the non-finalist who scores highest in the interview. Here are those winners now.
Miss Connecticut. Miss Minnesota. Miss New York. Miss Wisconsin. Miss Virginia. Miss Illinois. Miss Utah. Miss New Jersey. And the winner of the special non-finalist interview award is Miss Rhode Island. Still to come, the new Miss America. But first, get to know the line of import-inspired cars and trucks called Geo.
In this an election year, I say whoever's crowned our new Miss America should also be our new president.
Why's that, Sister Dear?
Just think how qualified you have to be.
Well, which candidate can boast a perfect figure?
Or sing an aria from Tosca while roller skating.
Not to mention addressing the issues with lucidity and great team.
Well, that clinches it. She gets my vote for sure. Imagine talent, beauty, and brains in the White House.
We should all live so long.
It's the season premiere of Sisters next Saturday at 10, 9 Central and Mountain on NBC.
How can they do that?
But happens to be a little shy. Only once in a while can we prevail upon her to perform. Only once.
Chance to do it while we take one last look at the final 5. Shelley Yoder, Miss Indiana. She's a motivational speaker who's aiming for a PhD in communications. She was chairperson for a United Way campaign, and she's an ardent Chicago Cubs fan. Pam McKelvey, Miss Kansas. Her goal is to be a broadcast journalist for a major network. She made the Dean's List at Grambling State and is the first generation of her family to graduate from college. Leonza Cornett, Miss Florida. She's completing her bachelor's degree in communications, is a regular volunteer at an AIDS awareness group, and was a USO entertainer aboard the USS Whitney after it returned from the Persian Gulf. Dushermi Carter, Miss Oklahoma. She produced and anchored a local cable TV program while in college, was on the President's Physical Fitness Task Force, and ranked in the top 5 in the world in power tumbling. Catherine Ann Lemkow, Miss Iowa. She's worked in a child abuse prevention program, wants to develop self-esteem curriculums for children, and spent a summer backpacking 2,000 miles in Europe. These are extraordinary women. Now for the winners, here's Jim Clancy of Price Waterhouse with the list. Hello, Jim. Thank you so much.
How you doing? All right, what a feeling of power this is. I just love to have people hanging on my every word.
You're not used to that, are you?
Sure not. All right, everybody. The fourth runner-up who wins an $8,000 scholarship is Dushermi Carter, Miss Oklahoma. The third runner-up and winner of an $11,000 scholarship is Pam McKelvey, Miss Kansas. The second runner-up, winner of a $14,000 scholarship, Shelley Renee Yoder, Miss Indiana. Okay, that leaves just two. One will be the first runner-up. She'll win a $20,000 scholarship. The other wins a $35,000 scholarship and the most coveted crown in America, and her life will forever be changed. She'll become Miss America 1993. Why do I feel like for the first time everybody's listening to me for a change?
Reach, in a minute, all of America's going to be at your throat. Let's
Okay, here we go, here we go. The first runner-up, winner of the $20,000 scholarship, is Catherine Ann Lemkow, Miss Iowa. And the winner and new Miss America 1993, Leonza Cornett, Miss Florida. It's been a wonderful night here at Atlantic City, everybody. Good night.
Thank you for joining us. God bless you and God bless America.
Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.